I'm going to do an insight video today. I've talked about the last couple of days. I've talked about like self-realization, transformation, and creation. And this is still going on at the moment. There's a lot of shifting. I feel like there's a lot of sort of like integration of different sort of like insights and awareness. There's a lot of guides and beings around you. There's a lot of shifting like transmutation and transformation. I'm still getting a lot of like angel numbers. I'm being shifted towards sort of seeing numbers on clocks all the time. And usually when this happens, it means that there's a lot going on. Like with us in center, one on your own personal journey, but also on a collective journey. And I feel like there's a lot of shifting with where there's a lot of integration with beings and guides around sort of like consciousness and awareness, to shift your own reality. And it's all about creation again. It's about being in this now moment. It's about being in the here now. It's about sort of like um, living and expressing from source. And I've talked about this before many times. Like living and expressing from source, it's very much around where you sort of like you live within your own inner self or your infinite self, which is where you go within and you see the external world is only a reflection of your internal world. And you start to realize that you are the creator of your own creation. You are sort of like what you focus on creates your reality. Again, these are like the two of the self realization principles. And it's all this notion again of the understanding of like self-realization, when you start living more consciously through your reality always, and you start sort of opening up to align with source energy and source consciousness, but also sort of like the consciousness of insight and awareness of like um, where beings are bringing sort of insight to you, so you can shift your reality and start being more aligned with your infinite self, but also your true self. And this is what this time and age is about. It's about knowing that you know within you it is this infinite potential, this infinite opportunity that lies within you, and you have this is available always. There's no separation at all, ever. And that you're always connected and you're always aligned, so that there's no waiting. Again, this notion of like manifestation and creation, I've talked about this before. Creation is different to me, how I see it, than manifestation, because manifestation is the energy many people talk within spiritual communities of manifesting something. But when you're manifesting, it seems like you're waiting for something to happen. Within this new shift of consciousness and awareness in creation, it's here now. You're not waiting for anything. You already are it. And again, this is that principle. You're everything you wish to be. You already are. This notion that it's already there. It's always has been. And it's like this awakening that you are creating your own reality. You are sort of the energy and the consciousness of your own reality. Nothing out there is sort of like in a sense, waiting to happen. It's already within you, and it always has been. That infinite power, that understanding that it's always there. It's already has been, and it always will be. So it's this notion of creating and manifesting who you are and what you want to be. Not what you want to be, but what you are. There's no want. It's like what you are. So it's about this state of being. And again, it's sort of like I feel like this is what's shifting. It's dissolving many sort of like levels of consciousness at the moment, where we can open up and become these flowing channels. And again, it connects to this infinity set symbol, that in the infinite moment, there's no beginning and end. There's just infinite potential. And in this infinity symbol, the infinite eight, it's saying that everything is always flowing, everything is always here. It's here now. It always has been. There is nothing to wait for. There's nothing to align with, because you are it and you always have been. And again, this is that notion again of the self-realization process, that everything's working through you, as you, and for you. That and your like your well-being again is self-assured. If you live from your center and you live from your source, your well-being is always assured. That there's nothing, you know it's always available. And this is a massive shift, um in creation and consciousness, but also awareness. You're always aligned, you're always unified. The many different sort of reality and dimensions are already available to you. They're already working with you as these infinite guides are, these teachers, these angels. I feel a very strong angelic presence lately. I've been directed to these angel numbers constantly. I keep looking at the clock. I keep being so I'd sit there in a second, and I'd feel like something directs me to look at the clock, and when I look at it, then I'm directed to then go and find out what the number is. And again, like I said, all the numbers are talking about like cycles. They're talking about an ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. They're like a beginning of transformation. They're talking about transforming. They're talking about new beginnings. They're talking about harmony. They're talking about balance. They're talking about all things that are coming in, and all of them are aligning with you to bring you um, to a state of awareness where everything is available. Everything is available here now, and it's telling you that all you have to do is stay aligned, stay aligned and unified with that understanding. Um, Also, it feels very much like for me when I walk at the moment, I feel like I'm this vibration, this frequency, and this vibration, this frequency is what I am. But it's also the external world is just vibrating and aligning with that. And this is that feeling when you start connecting with the inner world or the infinite self. You start connecting, and you see that you are vibrating as this infinite vibration, and everything else is aligning and attuning with that. So your external world starts aligning with it, and then they become one vibration, one frequency, which again is this here now moment, this here now moment, but it's also this infinite moment that's there. And again, this is an expression, and it's also an experience of the now moment and that infinite moment that's available to each and every one of us. So the practice is to try and sort of remain in your vibration, remain in your frequency, and don't look externally. Just create from within, within your own energy, within your own center. And when you do that, you integrate, but you also open. And once we do this, we open up again. And when we're opening up, then we become these channels. Each and every one of us is a channel. Each and every one of us are, a channel for this infinite source energy, from the many different dimensions and realities. And all we have to do is remain sort of centered in that. As I'm talking about this now, I'm already feeling like the energy's opening up. I feel like I'm becoming this light frequency, this light vibration. And I feel like, look, these light energy, light frequencies are also integrating within our own energy now. They're very much around healing. They're very much about balance. They're about letting go. They're about releasing old patterns and old frequencies, which is all of this is about. So, like when I say old, um, it's sort of like it is old, but they're also like frequencies that don't serve you anymore, and you know what doesn't serve you. If you're sort of experiencing something within your reality, and the energy's not aligning with who you are and what you are, then that's a frequency that doesn't serve you. If it's something that's feeling like it's difficult or it's a challenge, it's because in a sense you're aligning with something that's not aligned with your new vibration or your new frequency or your infinite frequency that's coming through now. Each and every one of us are aligning. Each and every one of us are bringing sort of levels of consciousness through. We're all part of it, like I said before. Whether you feel stuck or you feel like within your own reality, you're not. Everything is always evolving in that eternal moment, which we're all part of. Creation and consciousness is always evolving. It's always available, and it's always sort of releasing and bringing through new awareness, new consciousness to each and every one of us as we start to connect to it. I feel it like in my belly as well. There's a lot of energy around my belly and around my solar plexus, and that's all around sort of like releasing, but also around personal power and personal creation. But it's about that infinite moment, and I feel like these energies are starting to really sort of like open up. And as I start to feel into my own body and my own energy field now, I'm feeling like all those chakras are just opening up. They're opening up in like infinite light as it flowing down through these chakras, and they're opening up my energy field and my energy sort of vibration and frequency as I start to do. So it's about sort of like being here now in that moment and sort of aligning with it, and just like if there's a frequency where you start to feel some energy, don't dismiss it, don't resist it, because if you resist something you resist everything. And don't dismiss it, because if you dismiss it, then you're missing an opportunity within that now moment to start to allow a new vibration or a new frequency or a new consciousness to align with you. It's all about being here now. It's all about aligning with something. It's about being connected to it. It's about sort of being open to it. being open to it allows things to flow in, because if we resist something, or we dismiss it, then we close something down. And that was an opportunity right there, now, here, now, that's trying to align with us, and it's coming um, from source energy, source vibration, the infinite realities and dimensions, and it's aligning with us to awaken us, or bring us into awareness. And each and every one of us are feeling these moments at the moment, and that eternal here now moment is full of infinite moments, infinite expressions, infinite vibrations, infinite frequencies that are aligning constantly at the moment. And the beings are bringing this energy, this insight through, so you can start to live and express from a place of consciousness and creation. But it's also, again, this notion where people talk about heaven on earth. It's about that. Heaven on earth is about being here now and creating in the now moment. Because you see it from heaven on earth, it's like knowing that you can align and express from your source, but also be aligned and connected with the infinite dimensions and realities, because you are expressing from there, because you are part of them. And the heaven on earth is the union of infinite dimensions and realities, and it's like the connection and the union of you here now, that you are part the same of this infinite whole. There's no separation, there never has been. And this is what this time and age is about, is awakening and being aware in this age, in now, in this now moment, and expressing and living from your light, from your energy, from your frequency, and creating from that, and knowing that, everything is available, nothing is separate. Separation is one of the things that truly um get sort of is what sort of creates this feeling of being stuck, where you feel you're separate. When you're aligned and you're connected with source energy and source reality, you understand that you're never stuck, and that there's always, in this now moment, there's always like frequencies and vibrations that can be created, and it can be accessed to shift and align and transmute anything within your reality. And this is what this time and age is about, is being these living creators, these expressing creation through everything, through your energy, through your consciousness in this now moment. Because each and every one of us are creation and creators. Each and every one of us are the universe, and the universe is us. And this is what they're saying. It's like, it's the here now moment. Live within it, express from it, and remain in it. And then you'll always have, things will always be flowing in. The guidance will be there, the alignment will be there, the awareness will be there. And it's about sort of like just living and unifying in that now moment. That's the key to everything. That's what creates you as there's this infinite channel, you being in that now moment. And when you're in that now moment, things just flow. The consciousness flows, the creation flows, the insight flows, the awareness flows, and all of it is about just being here now. So when you see that, and you feel what's being expressed or sort of being guided here, if you're in that now moment, you're always connected, but you're always receiving, and you're always expressing. You're in that infinite flow of creation and consciousness. And each and every one of us are in that now moment. Each and every one of us are connected to that now moment. It's only when we become unconscious of it, or we disconnect from it, or we separate from it, because we're waiting for something to happen. If we keep waiting, we'll be waiting always, like waiting for that next thing to happen. If we create it, then we're expressing it. We're shifting and aligning and bringing in new vibration, new frequencies. And this is what's going on. This is what's happening with the many different guides and beings. You've got the universal beings and guides working with as teachers. You've got Lyrians or Syrians and Arcturians all working with us. All these different sort of vibrations. They're different frequencies of consciousness, and they're all coming in. You've got the angels working with us. They're all coming in and working with us to shift us into spiritual sort of reality, or spiritual or source reality and source expression in this now moment. So the now moment is all consciousness, all creation, it's oneness, and it's where we should express. It's where we should live from, and it's only from within. It's not out there. There's no out there. There's only within. And that's the insight for today. Have a great day. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share.